Elon Musk did something pretty incredible for Dogecoin today. In his latest tweet, he reminded us of something really important for Dogecoin, and it's something that could easily take Dogecoin to the moon. So, let's talk a bit more about it. Before we go any further, please keep in mind that we're giving away $500 to a random subscriber. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment on your favorite crypto. Read our description for more info about it. Now, let's get started with today's video. So, here's what happened. You might remember that AMC CEO ran a Twitter poll recently asking if AMC should accept Doge or not. According to the poll, 68.1% of the 140,388 people answered, yes, definitely do it. Also, the CEO tweet has 14.9K likes and 7.1K retweets, and was blown away by the results and excitement of the Dogecoin community. He said that, "It's apparent you believe AMC should take Dogecoin. Now we have to figure out how to accomplish it." The great part about it is that Elon Musk was among those who liked his post. In response to Musk's like of his tweet, AMC CEO said that, "I never imagined I would see this day. Elon Musk retweeted my Dogecoin Twitter poll. Mr. Musk, if you chance to read this tweet, congrats on Tesla and SpaceX. I've worked hard my entire career to be an inventor, but you, sir, are the embodiment of invention beyond all others." Now, after this, Elon Musk stated that Dogecoin costs would need to reduce in order for it to be more extensively used in retail sales. He also said that, "It is critical for Doge fees to fall in order for things like purchasing cinema tickets to become viable." And he's obviously right about it. Now, the point is that this update is going to come really soon. If you don't know, Ross Nicol and other Doge devs have been working really hard to get Doge to its next update, which will get its transaction fees by 100x. He recently started a blog where he's constantly posting about the new updates for it. You can check it out on rnicol.name. Now it might take another week or two to get there, but if we take a look at this, people can actually get access to it right now. And not a lot of people, including Elon Musk, know about it. A couple of weeks ago, Mitch Luman tweeted this, saying that the trick to doing this with 1.14.4 is by adding this command line option. Ross has given a bit more detailed instructions over here, but basically, lower fees are here now. And that was more than 2 weeks ago. Now let's take a look at this. This table shows us the correlations between Doge price and different factors. If we take a look at the average transaction fee and its correlation with Dogecoin, it's more 0.9. And that is incredibly high, probably the highest of any cryptos here. So not only will the lower fee update make Doge a better fit for movie tickets, but it will also increase its price to a degree that most people don't realize. And it's probably just 2 to 3 weeks away. Still, I'd like to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So you should definitely do proper research before investing anything into crypto. Now, let's talk about ETH and Bitcoin. According to Bloomberg commodity expert McGlone, gold is seeing outflows as investors flock to cryptos such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. In a new Stansberry research interview, McGlone claims that investors are giving up on gold and instead investing in the two largest cryptocurrencies by market cap. He also said that, "What I misjudged last year was the level of contempt and outflows from gold, with individuals abandoning gold in favor of Bitcoin and Ethereum. As we speak, gold is down around 7% on the year, while Bitcoin is up over 70%, and Ethereum has increased by over 400%. And then he made a sensible prediction about ETF2 by saying that, "We could possibly by the end of October, but as a futures-based ETF, which is how most commodities are tracked. So it's only a question of time." Gary Gensler, the chairman of the United States SEC, even hinted at it. It would be a good first step for the SEC. That makes sense. Now, let's look at some interesting data for Bitcoin. The third largest Bitcoin whale has acquired more than $13 million worth of Bitcoin in a buy-the-dip moment. When Bitcoin retraced below 40K and even 30K during the recent slump, the whale renewed its hunger by making multiple successive acquisitions. The whale has also made many transfers to the wallet in a row. The entire stockpile is now more than 111.7K Bitcoin, or almost $4.75 billion. Another piece of data is that the Bitcoin network saw another mining difficulty adjustment on Tuesday, climbing 3.2% to a difficulty rate of almost 19 trillion. The current change marks the sixth straight increase in Bitcoin mining difficulty since mid-July, with the difficulty rate climbing by more than 31% in total. Now, this might sound like bad news. Since this discourages miners to come into the market, we need to look at the bigger picture. Despite 5 consecutive upward revisions, the current Bitcoin mining difficulty rate remains far from its all-time high of nearly 25 trillion in May 2021. Moving on, another big news for Bitcoin was that Twitter has enabled the option to request tips in Bitcoin via its app. And this makes it the first major social network to promote the use of crypto as a payment mechanism. Twitter also intends to allow users to connect their crypto wallets and use a unique badge to authenticate the ownership of NFT. Now, Twitter has been testing tipping for a few months, but on Thursday, they'll finally be rolling it out internationally. And we could see this as a massive step forward for crypto adoption. Another interesting thing for Bitcoin was that according to recent research by the NYDIG, Bitcoin's energy usage will remain less than 0.5% of the world total over the next decade. This month, NYDIG released its Bitcoin Net Zero Study report, which concluded that Bitcoin's energy usage and carbon emissions will not rise in the future years, even if prices do. Even if the price of Bitcoin skyrocketed by 2030, the study's most pessimistic forecast revealed that it would still represent a small percentage of the worldwide total. The report also said that, even in our most ambitious, high-price scenario, in which Bitcoin hits $10 trillion by 2030, its emissions amount to just 0.9% of the worldwide total, and its energy spend is only 0.4% of the global total. So next time someone tells you how crypto mining is really bad for the environment, you could perhaps cite this research study. Now, let's talk about another news for crypto adoption. The Airbnb CEO Brian Chesky's recently talked with FOX Business, and it has sparked discussion about the firm adopting crypto as payment in the future. When asked about it by the interviewer, he said that, "We get a lot of requests. I've been getting them for years. I don't have anything to announce about it today." The key part here is that he gets a lot of requests for it, which makes me quite hopeful about it. Now, let's talk about some bad news for cryptos. The Fed is moving on with its discussion and research into whether it should create its own digital currency, and it will soon release a report on the subject. He said that no decision has been taken on the subject and that the Fed does not feel pressed to act rapidly while other countries go forward with their own programs. This could be bad because these digital currencies could take crypto's market share, but I think that digital currencies will instead increase crypto's mass adoption. Powell also went on to say that the Fed is working proactively to assess whether to issue a CBDC, and if so, in what form. The point is that the higher-ups are favoring digital currencies over cryptos. HSBC, Europe's largest bank with $3 trillion in assets, is wary of cryptos while encouraging the creation of central bank digital currencies. Its CEO wrote an essay titled "New Kinds of Digital Money Might Boost Growth," in which he explained the company's support for the CBDC concept. According to the article, global CBDC projects like Chinese digital yuan are the new type of digital money. But private money, including stablecoins, is nothing new. While expressing caution about crypto, he stated that HSBC will continue to expand its knowledge with cross-border payments and global CBDC development. And then there was FDIC Chair Jelena McWilliams, who said that there are certain benefits to customers that are worth investigating, namely the facilitation of quicker payments. However, there are hazards if stablecoins are widely adopted. Now, let's look at some really good news for Dogecoin. The Federal Reserve of the United States said today that it will hold benchmark interest rates near zero, and it also increased inflation expectations and pushed out the reduction of the central bank's asset purchases until 2022. Whenever this has happened in the past, the value of Bitcoin and other cryptos has risen. This is due to the fact that interest-bearing assets, such as bonds or debt-based financial instruments, do not generate interest and are hence less appealing to investors. And alternative assets, like Dogecoin, become more appealing as a result. Investors losing faith in the US dollar as a result of inflation may direct more funds to assets such as Dogecoin, which is pretty great for all the holders. And this is it for today's video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for daily videos on Dogecoin and cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. Goodbye. Take care.